Here's the thing about this team is when they look good, they look incredible. Like in that third quarter, when the Knicks look good, when they're moving the ball, when they're getting their corner threes up, and they're doing their offensive rebounding, and the OG and Bridges are locked in on defense, specifically those two, they look like they could be a team that legitimately wins a championship. The problem is that they have not been that team for a long stretch now.
Sports and culture all in one. Catch the fire, feel the fun. Andrew Sistat, Brad unite. Philly and Y in the spotlight.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 91. We have a fun one this week for you. We're going to get into a bunch of stuff. The Knicks, last time we talked about the Knicks last week, how they lost 9 of 11 games. They have since blew out the Nets and beat your 76ers. We're going to talk about that, how the Knicks righted the ship. Is everything good, or there's still the signs, the alarming signs? We'll also talk about from that game on Saturday from the Sixers angle, Joel Embiid. That great performance, also great performance the game before that against the Rockets, playing 46 minutes. We'll talk about what that potentially means for the Sixers. We are going to, of course, we'll touch on the NFC and AFC championship games this past weekend. Talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. We actually have a fun Super Bowl preview for you guys. It's gonna be a very unique one. You haven't gotten a preview. You're not going to get a preview of the Super Bowl like the one we're about to give you. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that.
We can guarantee you that.
Yeah, and then for sure. And then we'll wrap up
like nothing you've ever heard before in your life.
It will be different. Yeah, we'll wrap up with subscriber questions. But first, I know, dude, you have some personal family stuff going on that you wanted to just let everyone know about.
Yeah, so received some not great news over the weekend here. There was a little bit of a ramp up to this, so it wasn't like, super expected. But unfortunately, my brother, who is our number one fan, biggest fan, listens to every episode. He's probably listened to more of our podcast than just about everyone except for you, I would say. Was actually a guest on the podcast one time, which is fun. But he had just gotten diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and it's been a really hard time. It's a difficult time for he and his family. He is not able to work right now, so they had just bought a new house. It's like really, not that there's ever a good timing for something like this, but just really, really been a whirlwind for him. And it's been tough. So there is a GoFundMe link to anyone who wants to contribute anything at all. We'll put the link in the description. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. We've got 3,000 subscribers. If you all give literally $1, like that would be a pretty big help. So anything you could do, if you like me, if I make you laugh, a lot of stuff that I say, a lot of the reasons that I am the way that I am are because of him. So any support, we appreciate it. But yeah, he's gonna fight it. He's going to come out the other side. But right now, it's gonna be a battle here. So appreciate everyone's support, everyone's help. And if you have any thoughts and prayers left after the Jason Tatum injury last year, please send them our way.
Very nicely said. Hey, Brandon, assuming you're listening, wishing you the best, man. to you and all your family. So, all right, let's get to some fun stuff. Sports.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, before we really get into the Knicks and stuff and all the Sixer stuff, let's touch on the most relevant sports topic right now, the conference championship games and the Super Bowl.
Okay.
You watched both games on Sunday?
I did. Yeah.
All right. What's the smirk for? You have
I
some.
don't know.
You have some...
I'm ready for you to ask me questions about it.
Okay. Let's start with the AFC game.
Okay.
And a little bit later on, we can dive more in detail. But I just that game was terrible, right? It was
Awful.
I mean, obviously,
so boring.
Awful football game. And for the Patriots, I mean, they were very fortunate. Is the nicest way to put it. That Bo Nix was not playing that game. Not that Bo Nix is some amazing quarterback, but comparatively to Stidham, he is. You'd agree with that, right?
Oh, Stidham he's so bad. Oh my God. And some of the Patriots fans, like, Bill Simmons was kind of trying to talk some, trying to hype him up a little bit. Stidham actually got drafted by the Patriots, so Patriots fans thought he was good, and obviously he's like one of the worst quarterbacks you've ever seen. Started off pretty hot.
You would do the same thing,
yard
though.
pass.
If he was playing the Eagles, you'd be like,
I don't know about that, dude.
Awful. You would hype him up
to
kind of for your own sanity, so you don't emotionally feel too confident.
I just feel like there was so much. Well, also, I also don't think this is kind of like more of a philosophical thing, but
wow,
somebody send a memo to the coaches that you're allowed to kick field goals and punt the ball. You just are. I thought that was the dumbest thing that any coach had done in either of those games all day yesterday. Was not take those points. You would have been up 10-0.
Yeah,
2-possession game. Defense is playing well. You got a backup quarterback in who's awful. And if you are going to go for it, which you shouldn't, I don't know, maybe do something that's not have this awful QB drop back and
no,
throw the ball.
I think you obviously know how my thoughts on going for it on fourth down. Obviously, I'm a proponent of it. The odds, the numbers, the event. You just understand the percentages and your chances of winning and the chances of scoring 7 points compared to 3 points. The value in that. You should almost always go for fourth down. I think coaches should go for it even more than they normally do.
Oh my God, you're so nuts! You are insane.
No, I think if it's 4th and 2 at your own 20, you should typically be going for it as just a general practice for your organization. But without getting into that right now, in this specific situation...
Wait, hold on. You think that you should go for it on 4th and 2 from your own side of the field?
4th and 2 and closer, you should, depending, with some exceptions with the score and the snow,
my God.
You should go for it, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wow. That might be the hottest take anyone's ever said.
That's not really a hot take at all. Okay. Anybody who understands the analytics of it would say hot obvious. Not to anyone who actually...
4th and 2 from your own 20. You should go for it every time.
It's not a hot take.
You're insane.
It's not a hot take at all.
QB with Stidham?
Okay, no. In this situation, I don't think they should have gone for at the opponents wherever they were, the 15, right? Where they were inside the 20, right? Fourth, there was 10, 15 yards, whatever it was. Yeah, no. In the snow with Jarrett Stidham, they should have kicked the field goal. Even in the moment when they decided to go for it, I thought they should kick the field goal.
Okay.
So good. I agree. Okay. You change your philosophy based on that situation. The other thing is, that's not why they lost the game, though. They lost Will Lutz, who they missed 2 field goals, and then Stidham had that horrible turnover that really flipped the game.
But again, what do you I don't know. What are you putting Stidham in that situation for? The guy clearly is awful. I don't know. I just thought it was very weird decisions. And he started off pretty good,
Yeah, exactly.
That long pass.
That may have fooled them. They may have been like, "Oh wow, I
think it absolutely fooled them." Yeah, I mean, the first, what was it? The second drive, he looked pretty good. That was a really nice pass that he hit. What was it, Mims? That really deep
Marvin Mims,
deep pass, and then that nice little bootleg touchdown in the end zone. That was a really good play. So, but other than that, yeah, I mean, whatever, super boring.
Pats fans, don't
Ugh.
deserve. It's not fair to other
I mean,
fans.
dude, I was gonna say this like in a little while, but like if you are rooting for the Patriots in the Super Bowl in 2026, like
You can go to hell.
you are, I mean, you are a certified loser, dude. I mean, like, so obviously,
Oh
if
man.
you hate the Seahawks, right? If you root for an NFC West team, that's fine, right? Like, and if you're gambling, okay. I'm just saying, the general fan, if you're rooting for the Patriots, you suck.
No, if you're
Um,
gambling, you got to be betting against the Patriots. This isn't no. You're betting against the Patriots. Come on.
I just think like enough, my God, like enough Boston sports success,
It's not
like
even
in
Boston
our
sports.
lifetime.
This is a team that just had this crazy dynasty. They had 4 years. They had like 2 really terrible years,
Well,
and now they're
and
back in the Super Bowl.
they're right back to it.
And
Yep,
the
somehow,
road to the
some way.
Super Bowl has been. I mean, you couldn't really have much of an easier road.
Totally agree. Yeah,
All right, NFC game. That was a fun game. That
great
was an
game.
awesome game. And
Great game.
you stayed up for that game and ended at like 9:30.
I did. Yeah, I did. Well, it was a snow day today, so we could we could stay up late. I took my time getting up this morning. So yeah,
You're like a
watched the whole
sixth grader.
game. Watched yeah, I slept with my pajamas inside out while watching the NFC Championship game. It was great. But yeah, that was great. I was rooting for the Seahawks. Um, that's another thing. Like, if you're not rooting for the Seahawks, like, who doesn't love a good comeback story? Like, you're gonna root
God.
for the Patriots over this amazing Sam Darnold comeback story. Like, it's amazing. But they're a lot of fun to watch. Their defense flies around. Darnold looks like he looks great.
Yeah, he's very
Um,
good. He's very
he's
good.
doing everything they ask him to. He throws some dimes, dude. You hate him because the Jets drafted him, and now
Yeah, I
he's
hate him.
thriving for another team. So you are
I
so
love Darnold.
angry.
I loved Sam Darnold. I hate the
Really?
Jets. I love Sam
Yeah.
Darnold. Yeah, I hate the Jets.
Yeah. I know some Jets fans who are like happy for him, and why wouldn't you be?
Why wouldn't you be? What else do you have to be happy for?
Yeah. That's a good
What are you
point.
gonna? Anyway, JSN's awesome. I mean,
He's amazing. He's great.
I don't know how much you've watched him all season, but he's incredible.
Yeah, he is like just about as close to a perfect wide receiver. He looks like as you're gonna get.
And he's the example. We always have these ridiculous arguments about where you just assume like this wide receiver two is on most teams isn't that good, and like, oh, he's only good because the wide receiver one, and their wide receiver one left, and DK Metcalf left, and JSN has shown that how he's much better than DK Metcalf. Not even close.
Yeah, listen. Well, I always say that there are exceptions to the rule. So
Yeah,
sometimes
but he wasn't your exception before this.
he wasn't. He definitely wasn't.
You
You're
probably
right.
laughed at him, JSN.
Oh, I definitely did.
What a
I was
loser has to go by
I
an acronym.
was definitely side eyeing him last year.
Yeah, no, this is your take on JSN. If you're a dude that has to use an acronym for your name, you're a loser.
Yeah. If there is a hyphen anywhere in your name, then you can go to hell. No, he's great. I'm happy for them. I really, really hate the Rams. Like, very sick of the Rams. Do not like them at all. So it was a successful hate watch, which I didn't get many of them during this playoffs. Most of the time, the team I was rooting for lost. So hopefully Seattle can win in 2 weeks and stop the Patriots from winning. What would that be? Their 7th Super Bowl. That's what I'm rooting for. And that's what everyone should be rooting for.
I am rooting for the Seahawks as well, and I will be betting on the Seahawks. I don't know if I'm going to be betting the line, the money line. I have to figure that all out. But I am definitely rooting for the Seahawks. I think the line's at 5. I'm definitely not betting -5. That's
Wow.
a tough bet. I'm either going to like buy points or sell points, something like that. Like maybe I'm not betting -5. Maybe bet -6.5 or -2.5, something like that. But anyway,
I mean, the Patriots are just like I don't know. Yeah, so May's pretty good. Defense is pretty good, but like I don't know who else scares you on that team. They got a couple of decent running backs with 33-year-old Stephon Diggs, like Mac Hollins. What? There's nobody that scares you on that team. What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't think they're overwhelmingly an incredibly talented team. I think they have a very good defense. They, like you said, they
Well
have two
coached.
good running backs. They're extremely well coached. Drake May had an incredible season. He has not been good in the playoffs at all. He's actually been really, really bad in the playoffs.
Mm,
I mean, really bad. 5 turnovers in the first 2 rounds, and then I don't know what that wasn't. He barely even threw the ball. He had a
yeah,
couple nice runs.
couple nice runs. They've also, I mean, he should be playing better than that, but they've gone up against some like pretty ferocious defenses in the playoffs. So, and just the weather has been wonky.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. The weather's been bad in the last 2 games. That's very
dude,
true.
what do you? Before we move on, what do you think of the taunting penalty?
Oh, it's stupid. I mean, come on.
It
Anyone
is.
who,
It is the
of
dumbest
course,
thing.
of course, the
Like,
the concept the concept of the league cracking down on it and having a uh de-incentivizing players to taunt, the concept makes sense because it, like, you don't want it to escalate, so you do something, you stop, you try to prevent it from escalating, but they take it the way they fundamentally take it and act. It's ridiculous. It's too much. It's like there's a better way to do it. I don't. They got to figure out a better way to.
I
There's
just think
certain,
it's insane. Like that taunting call could have totally
for
swung the
sure,
game yesterday. It
for
did swing
sure,
the game yesterday.
it did.
Um, and
It did.
I think
Yeah.
it's like who is this like for? You know, like
Well, the concept. Well, the
were
concept.
parents of
No,
kids like complaining to the NFL saying like they're not
no,
being sportsmanlike. You need to do something
no.
about it. It's insane.
It's the purpose of it makes sense. The way it's being enforced and, I guess, litigated is really bad. Like, there's levels of it. There should be certain levels of taunting that is a penalty. You shouldn't be allowed to do, but they're taking it way too far. That
Yeah.
wasn't taunting. That was the, come on. He was celebrating.
Yeah, and like it's like who people taunt like these are
It's the NFL.
gigantic,
They're
right? It's the NFL. It's an
yeah.
emotional game. These are like two super physical teams who don't like each other, who are going at it for 3 hours, like for
Yeah, like,
a
don't do
berth in the
like there's
Super Bowl on the line.
yeah.
Like he didn't get up in the guy's face. Like he just was walking by and holding his hand up and maybe said a curse word. Like who
Yeah, like yeah.
cares?
Yeah, like, if you don't do like a shooting gun sign to the guy's face, like, okay,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be a
or like
penalty.
don't right, yes, but like like I don't know. What did he curse? Okay, I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
they
it's ridiculous.
curse like every single down. So
Yeah, of course. It's ridiculous. All right,
yeah,
we're going to talk about the Super Bowl in a little bit. In segment 3, we're going to preview the Super Bowl. Everyone, again, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. Let's talk about let's switch over to the Knicks right now and the NBA. So, Knicks
ugh.
went from a 2-9 stretch in 11 games,
Oh my
getting
god,
absolutely blown out by the Mavs on MLK Day in a no-show. They have since they beat the Nets by like 50, whatever it was, 48. I don't know, something like it was. I think about 50 points. And then they came back on Saturday and beat the Sixers in a pretty close game. Knicks pulled away with a great third quarter, and then some wacky stuff happened in the fourth quarter. Maybe Knicks benefited from some calls as well. They held on. A couple things happened in this game. Before we talk about it from your Sixers angle, let's talk about the Knicks for a second.
perfect remedy for a struggling team. Go play Brooklyn and Philadelphia, and you'll be right back on track.
At least the Brooklyn part, they had there was reports that they had a players only meeting before that game, and then like they asked Josh Hart about it. And he was like, "I don't know, you guys. I don't know why you guys saying that. Like you guys are pushing this. We didn't have a players only meeting. Some players said something, but we didn't have a players only meeting." It made me think, like, how did this report start? Did someone just say, like, oh, someone said something and they just said, oh, players only meeting?
Right.
It's such a strange thing how this stuff gets
Yeah.
reported. And then everybody just talks about it as if it's true. And then the players go, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I don't feel great about the situation. I don't feel great about the Knicks because of this game. Like these two games, they beat the Nets. They blew out the Nets. Look, what can you do? If they didn't blow them out, it would have been concerning. So great. But I'm not all of a sudden all the things that were going wrong, all the alarming things. Oh, it's gone. The Nets are, as a front office, as an organization, they're trying to lose. I don't feel great about one blowout. I know it was you can't really blow out a team more than that. It was a joke, that game. But again, you have a team that's hungry off an embarrassing loss to the Mavs, hungry off a bad stretch, again, extremely talented roster going against this team that doesn't care. That's the organization that's trying to lose. Like what? What am I going to? I don't know if Knicks fans are out there really excited about this Nets game. Now you come back and you beat the Sixers on Saturday. The Sixers, who, by the way, I know they beat the Knicks the last two games, the first two matchups, but the Sixers actually are a good team. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Come on,
we'll get into that in a little bit. The way that they played, the way that Embiid played in this game, the last two games, again, we'll get into it in a second, but it's a real game. It was a real game against a team that was trying to win, that has talent. So it's a nice win, but again, I don't feel great about it. I think a lot of the alarming things were still there. The defense looked awful. Cat was awful. They couldn't even play him down the stretch. He was so bad. And the Cat issue was a real issue. Him not shooting well, him not playing well, his teammates getting frustrated with him saying that repeatedly saying that he's the one that has to sacrifice the most. Like, why are you saying that? Like, everyone, like, it's a problem. And the Brunson and Cat together on the court together, they're not producing. Their offense is bad, and that stuff was not better in this game. And it was not even that much better in the Nets game. So the defense was better than the Nets game, but again, whatever. So I don't feel much better about the Knicks than I did going to these two games. Now, I would feel worse if they played a close game against the Nets and then lost to the Sixers. Even if they blew out the Nets and then lost to the Sixers, I'd feel worse. But I don't necessarily feel better about them given these two games.
Okay, well, I mean, fair enough. So I don't follow them as closely as you do, obviously. I think this 2-9 stretch is probably being a little bit overblown.
I agree.
To me, it feels a little bit like, I always make fun of like when the Yankees go, they lose like 6 of 8 in July, like on a West Coast trip, and everybody freaks out. Like similar
obviously,
kind of energy,
worse.
I think.
This is obviously different, but worse.
So it's different, but I think it's of the same ilk. A team went 2-9 who, like, there was 2 bad losses of those 9. There was 2 bad losses, right? They lost to the Kings and they lost to the Mavericks. Those were bad losses. But
there was also
team,
there were, and I wouldn't, in terms of the losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to, yes, but there were games that they just didn't show up for and got completely blown out in that stretch against their competition.
Good teams, though, right?
Yeah, but they are supposed to be one of the good
you're
teams.
missing, but you're missing a couple guys in and out. Here's what I'll say. So
yeah,
the team that I watched play the 76ers on Saturday is the team that I'm like terrified of. Like that's them. That's the team that I absolutely loathe.
Even without Cat being impactful.
No, because Mitchell Robinson like dominated that game. Like he was a man amongst boys. And
but you don't think so? But wouldn't that be alarming to you that their highest paid player and their supposedly second best player is not even relevant? And don't you think that that's going to prevent them from winning a championship?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still they're going to be one of the better teams in the East, probably the best team in the East. And yeah, it's definitely concerning. And I mean, you could see it. Embiid loves playing Karl Anthony Towns. He always has.
Of course he does.
That's why, it wasn't like super surprising to see him dominate that matchup, even as he's kind of ramping back up from his injury. So, but other than that, like those are the guys. Like Brunson, I don't know how Brunson. What does he average? Like 27, 28 points per game. I don't know
Something like that.
how. Every
29,
time
I
I
don't know.
watch him, he's got like 35 points halfway through the third quarter, and it's like easily, like he doesn't miss. He always shoots 80% against the 76ers. He gets to the line. He's unstoppable. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
In rivalry games and certain big games against the better teams, he probably averages more like closer to 35 a game. Like he
Yeah,
really
that's
plays much
cool.
better in those games.
Yeah. And look, I don't know, super frustrating game. Good entertaining game to watch, but very frustrating. I will just always hate Josh Hart. He's so good. He
Oh,
just
he's a
like he
player. On
gets.
the other, if you're rooting against him, of course,
If he was a Sixer, he'd be my favorite player of
of
all time.
course,
But
yeah.
yeah, I can't stand having to play him. He just always gets the back-breaking offensive rebound and finds a wide open shooter in the corner, and they hit a three. It's like clockwork.
And Mitchell Robinson
It's
too.
insane.
His offensive rebounding
Yeah,
is incredible.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I hate them. They seem to be like very good and very like again, you're telling me they went
Yeah.
on this stretch. I know they
No,
did, but I
I see
watched
your
them and
point.
saw the team that I know is going to be really good. But the Towns thing is weird. Kind of feels like, I don't know. Kind of feels like a trade for a big, some sort of other big market player might make sense. But I don't know, man. I think I'm making you watch them more than me, so
I'm
that's what
I'm
I saw.
I'm I think okay. So here's the thing about this team is when they look good, they look incredible. Like in that third
Mm-hmm.
quarter, when things are clicking, and Bridges had a terrible shooting game. If Bridges had a normal game where he made his open shots, this probably wouldn't have been even a close game down the stretch. So
Michelle.
yeah, when the Knicks, Michelle Bridges, when the Knicks look good, when they're moving the ball, when they're getting their corner threes up, and they're doing their offensive rebounding, and OG and Bridges are locked in on defense, specifically those two, they look like they could be a team that legitimately wins a championship. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that they have not been that team for a long stretch now, longer than that 11-game stretch. They've looked much different than that team much more often than they've looked like that team that you saw on Saturday, at least for the bulk of that game. The biggest thing though is this is a team that the goal is to make the finals at a bare minimum. And given the landscape of the Eastern Conference with the injuries and given their roster, it makes sense that it's the goal. And just looking at how the team plays and understanding that they're with Brunson and Cat on the floor together, this is now a year and a half in, and it has not been, and second coaching, and it has not been figured out. And the reason is because they're obviously worse on defense with both of them on the court. And offensively, the Brunson Cat pick and roll, it doesn't work. I do want to get to the Sixers side of the perspective on this, but one quick thing that I heard on the Knicks Film School podcast. Jonathan Macri was our guest on our podcast before the season, and one of his co-hosts, or one of the people that work at the Knicks Film School, said something that the way he put it, I thought was that this is really good take. He said that Jalen Brunson doesn't want his big man to be a wide receiver. He wants his big man to be an offensive lineman. Meaning that he wants his big man to be a guy that sets good screens, will rescreen and go rebound and play defense. He's not looking for a guy who he's going to come around the pick and throw lobs to and kick it out to Cat for a three. Like that's not the game that Brunson plays. I thought that was a really good analogy. And it makes sense. As soon as I heard it, I was like, that's spot on. That makes a lot of sense.
So what do? You trade him? Well, let me ask you this: Who?
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, especially when you get into a long physical playoff series. Super concerning. They're still going to win a lot of games in the regular season here, just
Yep.
because of the talent. But who? I mean, who are you picking over them in the Eastern Conference right now in a 7-game series? Who's
The
it going to be?
Pistons.
Okay.
And if Tatum does come back eventually, the Celtics. If Tatum comes back
Really?
and I'm very skeptical that he's going to come back and be
Tatum's
like
coming back.
Tatum.
Did he make his debut? Was it yesterday? I thought he was supposed to make his debut like over the past couple days.
Did he? I didn't see that.
I read that he was supposed to. Let's see.
I don't think so.
Let me see.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I guess not. Let's see.
I don't think he has even a timeline yet. I think that
Okay.
what you saw is probably a fake report. Anyway, I'm skeptical that he was going to return and be like close to the Jason Tatum that we know. So I'm not really. I'm just saying if he came back and got to the point where he was like 90% of Jason Tatum, I think that would be the team also. But I think the Pistons. I don't know who else. I mean, Sixers. That leads us
Oh,
in.
stop! Just
Let's
stop.
talk. Let's
What
talk
are you
about it.
nuts?
Let's talk about the Sixers' perspective for a second.
Okay.
Is
Let's do it.
is Joel Embiid back to being elite? Maybe not 100% back, but is he 80% back? 85, 90%? What do you think?
Yeah. So the number I would have said is 80%. He's still, he's obviously playing really well. He has slowly increased his level of play, his minutes per game very steadily since October. They've gone
Yep.
slightly up, and it looks like he's in a pretty good rhythm, pretty good place right now. Um, he's playing really well, even defensively. I think he has his moments. He's not quite the dominant force that he's been in years past, but still very effective, really good. Physically, he doesn't he's dunking, which is very exciting. It's very cool to see. He had that really nice dunk where he just ran right down the lane and yammed it against the Knicks. Um, the one thing that I'm seeing missing from his game, so he's definitely come around to backing guys down in the post, um, hitting his fadeaways, even like footwork underneath the basket. He's getting a little bit better at. The one thing that I don't see from his game that like he had like when he was like MVP level is just his ability to blow by guys. So when he would get the ball, 3-point stance, and you don't know whether he's gonna rise up, back you down, or blow by you. I don't see that in his game right now, and I don't know that that's going to come back. Maybe he doesn't need it to come back like he did in years past, but yeah, he's definitely not 100% Joel Embiid. This might be like his ceiling, like post all of his injuries, and I think
I think it might be.
yeah, I think this is still good enough for you to be a competitive team and maybe make a little bit of noise in the Eastern Conference, but I still don't think that yeah, I wouldn't take them very seriously as any kind of like Eastern Conference contender right now.
Why not? What do you think? What do you think they would need, or what do you think they're lacking?
That's a good question, man. I don't know. I think that they just need like more consistency, more time together. 'Cause, like you look around and they have some pretty nice pieces. They have some depth. They have really good guards. Their backcourt's really good. Um, I don't know. I guess like I've heard, how many times have you heard this as a 76ers fan? But like his backup is just not very good. Adem Bona is like just kind of a rim running, athletic big man, can catch a lob, can defend a little bit, tries hard, but he's not like anything super special. I think maybe like wing depth, they probably don't really have. They've got Oubre, they got Paul George, but that's really it. So I don't really know. I don't really know. I think they're a pretty well-rounded team. I just think they need like maybe a couple more guys off the bench who can come in and, defend and create their own shot a little bit.
I think something's off with my mic here.
All right, back. Some technical difficulties for us, for me. Can't put it on you. You're doing everything right.
What are you in Nashville?
Oh man, too bad 90% of the audience or listeners won't understand that joke. But
Yeah, it's a deep
I
cut.
appreciate it. Yeah,
You got it.
the 10% of people who've been following from the beginning will get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Okay, so you're not buying into the Sixers as a championship contender, even with Embiid playing like this.
Of course not. No.
By the way, I'm not either, but for a different reason. I think if Embiid actually played like this and stayed healthy through the playoffs and played like this, I think they actually are a legitimate contender in the East. I just have no confidence, belief, or as a Knicks fan, concern that he's actually going to stay healthy through a playoff run. I just don't see that happening.
I mean, even this version of the 76ers still, like, I don't know. I'd be curious to see like how, like, what kind of pace they've been on, like winning percentage wise over the past like month or so, because I feel like they've had some really nice stretches where they've made some noise and they've had some really good wins, right? They beat the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. They just had that crazy win against the Rockets. Like they've had their stretches where they looked really good. And then like you still like, you look up and they're still the 6th seed in the East. And I feel like they've been the 6th seed in the East for like a month and a half. And I don't really know why or how they're not like moving up or down. They also they lost to the Knicks on Saturday. They just got smoked by the Hornets today in Charlotte. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's like
Did Embiid
kind of
play?
like what you said about. I don't know. I didn't watch. I didn't even know. I don't know why the game was over. Like it's over already. It's been over for a little bit.
They played it. I saw that they played earlier. It was like a 5:00 game or something.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I mean they're 24-21. It's not like not great. Oof. Yeah, this is an awful game. Holy crap.
I feel like Embiid probably didn't play.
He did not play, no.
Yeah.
But everybody played awfully. Oh my god. Did Maxey get hurt? Maxey scored 6 points.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
I'm glad you're prepared for this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. Busy day. It's a weird it's a random. Why would they? What about today would make them play during so early? I don't understand.
I have no idea, dude. It's very, very weird. Maybe I don't know. Like
Did they move it because of the snow? Maybe they moved it because of the weather. I don't know why they would move it to. I don't know.
I have no idea. Anyway, not buying them as a serious contender. But not super mad about it. I mean, this season's been like way more fun than I expected, and they they're building something. The young guys are playing really well. It's exciting, and I don't know. Maybe they will win a first round series. I mean, at this point, it's going to be Sixers Knicks, and we know how that's going to turn out. So we'll see. Sixers Knicks round 1.
It's possible. All right, let's get into something fun. Are you ready? Everyone, we're going to preview the Super Bowl, but we're not previewing the Super Bowl, this coming Super Bowl. We're previewing its year 2042. And we are previewing the Eagles versus the Jets in Super Bowl 77. If my math is correct.
Okay.
How excited are you about this game?
I am fired up, man. The Eagles going for their fourth Super Bowl this century. It's amazing.
Yeah, and the Jets going for, it's crazy. The Jets, last year made the playoffs for the first time since 2012, so it's been 30 years. And it's just such an exciting game. It's the Jets' first Super Bowl appearance since the Joe Namath game.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles, meanwhile, are back in the Super Bowl for the fifth time in 25 years.
Yep.
And I know you. What's fun about this is you've always hated the Giants and felt bad for the Jets, but now this is an opportunity for you to start hating the Jets. So this kind of triggers this different hatred and this rivalry between us now. What are we on? Year 16 this podcast? How long have we been doing this now?
We've been doing this for let's see. Yeah, 16 years. Yep.
Yeah. Well, to break down the game, this Jets team this defense is so good. Number one ranked defense, number one in pass rush win rate. There's actually, I don't know if I brought up this analytic metric to you. It breaks down a player's footwork and then the amount of steps it takes to get to the quarterback. It's FT rate, which is footstep rate.
Okay.
And the Jets edge rusher, LaShawn Johnson, is number one in the NFL. He actually has the best rating of any player in a single season in NFL history. This is going back to they came out with this metric in 2036.
That's correct. But he will be going up against the right tackle, Peter Parker, for the 76ers. Or I'm sorry, for the Eagles.
For the Eagles, yeah.
And I loved Peter Parker when he was at USC, man. I mean, I knew he was going to be a stud, and here he is. He's the best tackle for the best offensive line. He's a huge part of their running game. His run block win rate is amongst the highest in the league, and that's gonna be the matchup to look out for, I think.
How confident are you in Trevor Kendrick? He's had an up and down season. He threw 3 interceptions in the NFC Championship game. How do you feel? Like they've been so run dominant all season. If the Jets were to take away the run, do you feel like he can lead them to victory, or do you think if the Jets stop the run, they're going to win?
I think it's going to be a really long day if the Jets can stop the run. The running game has been their bread and butter for, 30 years now. It's been a staple. It's been a staple for them. So, who could forget the 2025 season? They couldn't run the ball at all, and they had Kevin Patullo as their offensive coordinator, and they were the worst running team I've ever seen. So
I can't.
Other than that one year,
did you actually see about Kevin Patullo the other day? He was in the news.
Oh no!
Yeah,
what happened?
His son. He was talking about his son. His son is got a job at LSU, head coaching job.
Kenny Patullo.
Is that his name? I didn't see that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can't. What a loser. He named his son Kenny. Come on.
Come on. You couldn't name him Kevin.
Now, you could have named your son Bob.
I could have. You're right.
Yeah, I'm excited about this game. I'm nervous. I feel like the Jets. They're probably never gonna have another chance to win the Super Bowl. This is it.
Probably not. You've waited your whole life for this, and you are going to be very upset. If they don't win.
I'm turning. What am I turning? 54 in a couple months. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is it.
You've said go Birds on our podcast so many times that some
Oh
people might
yeah.
think you're an Eagles fan.
Hey, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the post on formerly Twitter, formerly X, now called Z?
I did not.
Yeah.
Which one?
It was Jason Kelsey saying that he doesn't think that the Eagles are going to be able to win this game. That he thinks
Really?
it's the Jets' destiny. Remember, because he had the falling out with the Eagles because he went on as an offensive line coach. They fired him. The Jets then hired him. So he's more of a Jets guy now, even though now he's working for ESPN again. But yeah.
Is he still a top 5 athlete in Philadelphia? It's currently playing right now, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's the game. Jets Eagles Super Bowl 77 here in 2042.
What's
It's
your
probably the Jets' last chance to win a
what's your
Super Bowl
prediction,
in my
man?
lifetime.
What's your score prediction, man?
Jets 42, Eagles 33.
Wow.
Wait, no, sorry, not 42. Wait, yeah, 42 to 35.
Okay. Wow, high scoring game.
Yeah. Can you isn't it crazy? We like 7 years into it now that they actually used to kick field goals. That used to be allowed.
I know.
And they would punt. People would actually go to football games and watch to see people kick. That's crazy.
Bring back punting and kicking.
Yeah, I remember we used to debate whether the team should go for it on fourth down, and then eventually they were just like, "Oh, you don't have a choice." Yeah, makes sense.
Makes total sense.
Super Bowl 77 coming up. Jets Eagles. What's your prediction?
I have the Jets winning 6-3.
Wow, but there's no how are they gonna wait?
Oh, that's right. Well, they still kick extra points. You were getting to 42
There's
to
no
35.
extra points. No, you don't kick extra points. You go for it and you get an extra point by scoring a touchdown again.
Oh,
from
so
the
you just
5-yard
get
line.
1 point.
Why are you acting like you haven't watched football the last 7 years?
Oh, yeah. All right, then 7-6 is my prediction.
In case you don't remember, for everyone else that actually follows the NFL here in 2042, if you go from the 5-yard line, if you score, you get 1 point. If you go to the 10, you get 2. If you go back to the 20, you get 3 points. But teams don't really do that because the odds just say you're better off just getting the 1 point. It's hard to score from the 20. It's much easier to score from the 5. Some teams take the 2 points from the 10, though. The Eagles are very conservative. They only take the 1 point.
Of course. Yes.
Because they're scared. Philly's scared.
That's right.
All right. Interesting.
Tough.
Imagine
improv. You're a pretty good improv guy, dude.
Am I?
I think so. You're better than me.
I thought you did pretty good.
Huh. I'm okay.
Yeah, I once called LD up and said, "Let me on curb."
Oh,
he didn't let me on.
So I think I would be able to do it with like acting, like being in a situation. I think I'd be pretty good at it. Actually, it can't be that hard, right?
You were just in a situation. You were in a situation where you were previewing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's like I have to make up names and like if I don't know. I think I'd be better in like a real life. Yeah. You want to know why I said Peter Parker?
Because you have Spider-Man on your mind.
Because my children are obsessed with Spider-Man. I got some Spider-Man Legos right here that they love.
Yeah.
And there's Peter Parker right there. Got
my nephew loved Spider-Man. All of a sudden, like we got him like a Spider-Man gift, and he was like, "I don't like Spider-Man anymore."
No,
to go. We didn't catch on to that next phase because kids just change, right? They just change. So we didn't catch on in time. All right, subscriber questions.
Okay.
Let me pull them up here. Oh, we have 2. One of them's directly for you. So what I'll do is I'm going to read it. You're going to answer, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts.
Okay.
Or give everyone my thoughts. I guess just you.
Hit me.
At Mike JI715. Sistad, I don't get your hate for college sports. So this is obviously in reference to last, many podcasts, many episodes you're hated on it, but last week specifically, you're just like, I don't understand why anyone likes college sports. Why would you watch the NFL and then watch this, whatever? So what do you think?
It doesn't understand my hatred for college sports. Well, I just how can I put this? I just think they're like it's just unbelievably boring and lame. I
Is that
don't
because
think that they're
you're comparing it to the professional sports and you just think it's much less lower quality? Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah. It's just it's a. I mean, just the quality of the product is not as good. The players are not as talented. Oftentimes the talent gap between two teams that you're watching is so great that the games are they're just not competitive, and I think that is boring. And I think it's maybe starting to come back a little bit from an entertainment perspective, like just because of the NIL business. But there was a time there, like when I was a kid, I used to like college sports because I didn't really know any better. I just thought, oh, here's some people playing a sport that I think is cool.
Also, when
and
you're
I'm
a
gonna
kid,
watch it.
they're a lot older than you, so you
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, they're still kind of larger than life at that point. But I mean, you get to a point where, I know we've kind of poked fun at this before, but the college football playoff, I mean, was awful. And those are from people who actually like college football. So I could imagine just how bad it was, because usually they try to, till they're blue in the face, they tell me how great the college football game was, and even they were all saying like, "Oh yeah, this is awful. Like we need to we need to not." They're talking about like not doing the playoffs anymore. That's how bad they've been. Um, I think it's strange for people to like really like college sports. I don't really know how else to put it. I just think they're boring. I think like I'll sit down and watch like a March Madness game, and it's like a bunch of like 19-year-olds just chucking up bricks for an hour. And it's just not, I don't know. Like so the argument that people have now, although they can't even really say this anymore because now the college players get paid too, is like you used to hear, oh man, like the college kids, they're so much
The love of the
hungrier and
game,
like they
love
try
of the
harder.
game.
It's like,
Yeah.
who cares? I don't care. If he's not as good, like would you rather watch some like 19-year-old, I don't know, kid who plays for
It's
Texas
also
A&M because he's trying really hard, or would you rather watch like Kevin Durant score 37 points in like a conference finals game? Like it's
yeah.
it's not a contest. They're different sports.
People that say that people that say that the NBA players don't try in the regular season, they're not really watching the NBA because the players do try. Like they and they
Of course
and the
they
rules
do.
they put in place, they play a lot more now too. Like the NBA players try in the regular season. That's just a lazy take that like maybe been true at one point a long time ago. I have an answer to this question though. And do you believe that?
Hold on. I just want to say one more thing.
No, say two more
So
things.
here's the thing. So I don't gamble on sports. Very, very rarely do I ever do it. And if I do, it's a couple of dollars here and there. So if you like to gamble, then okay, I guess I could see why college sports would be interesting or entertaining for you. And also like if you live in an area, or okay, two exceptions. If you went to like a big time program, if you actually attended that university and like it was a thing and it's nostalgic for you and like that, okay, that's cool. I can get down with that. Also, if you live in an area where there's not a lot of professional sports in that area of the country, and that's kind of the only thing that you have like to look forward to, then okay, I could probably get down with that too. There's no, like, if you love the the Kansas Jayhawks or something, and you're in the middle of nowhere in Kansas, and like, okay, I get it, but like, I can only give you my perspective, and I grew up in New Jersey, where there is just a litany of professional teams and sports surrounding me that like college just doesn't. I don't know. I have the Eagles to watch, the Giants, the Jets. Like, I'm not gonna really care what happened in the Rutgers game on Saturday. um, I don't know. There's just so much more professional sports around me that are just such a higher quality than college sports. Then I don't understand it. I don't understand the attraction to it. Never have, probably never will.
Do you believe that the way people perceive you is a more accurate depiction of who you are than how you perceive yourself?
Say that one more time.
Do you believe that the way the outside, other people perceive you is a more accurate depiction than how you perceive yourself? Not you specifically, anybody. Same thing for goes for me for anyone.
I don't know. That was a heavy question. What's the answer?
I believe the answer is probably mixed, but I would say the way I would say in some, I'd say for the most part, yes, we're more biased in how we perceive ourselves. But the reason I'm asking is because I think I have a different answer to this question. And all the stuff you just said is really, I can simplify it very easily.
Okay.
This is my perception of why you hate college sports, why you always laugh at it, laugh about it, and mock it. You have a tendency to hate what you don't know. If you don't pay attention to something, you laugh it off and mock it. If you're not familiar with something, you kind of just, come on, that's stupid. Oh, he sucks. Oh, that. And then when you become more familiar, you're like, oh, I don't like this sometimes. Or you're like, oh, wow, I was wrong. I do like this. Or I like this guy or whatever. That's my perception.
You're so wrong. I'm sorry. You are so wrong. And I'll tell you why.
Tell me why. Yeah.
So ask a college, again, we've had this conversation before, but like ask a college. So ask an NFL fan to just name 20 players that impressed them this NFL season. And you'll say Jackson Smith and Jigba, and you'll say Matthew Stafford, and you'll say Puka Nakua, and you'll say Quinyon Mitchell. Right. Like you can easily rattle off guys because you know, because you watch, because it's entertaining to watch. Like ask a college football fan to name a college football player other than Mendoza, and they will backpedal. And they will say,
"No, I don't
well,
think
there's
true.
that kid." Oh, yes, it is. Come on, stop.
No, I think if you're talking to a casual college football fan. Anyway,
and like,
okay,
here's the
I
thing.
don't agree with that.
I have eyeballs, dude. Like,
but you don't watch it. You don't watch college sports though.
So
I don't watch college sports.
So here's the thing. I have this experience every football season. I go through this. And I'll tell you what it is. It'll be like, maybe mid-November when college football is like really starting to round into form. It's starting to take off. I will watch a college football game on a Saturday night because it's going to be the game that they hyped up all week. And they'll say, oh, man, Notre Dame's offensive line's going to and they'll rattle off. And I'll hear it on the talk shows and I'll see it on Twitter about how good this game's going to be. So I'll say, all right, you know what? I'm going to check this game out. It's 8 o'clock. Maybe the wife fell asleep a little bit early. I'm going to watch this college football game. And every time I do, I am unbelievably bored within the first 20 minutes. And it is a tradition unlike any other of me getting excited for the hyped up college football game and being wildly disappointed. It happens every November.
Okay, we have one more subscriber question, but before I get to it, I do want to. You said something that I don't want to spend too much time in it because it's going to really drastically make this episode unnecessarily long. If we really go into it, I go back and forth on it. But
Okay, all right.
I just can't let it go. I was thinking, like, I'm just going to ignore it, whatever. You said, and you say this a lot to things, I have eyeballs. You're putting
Yeah.
way too much emphasis on not only your
my
eyes,
God.
but
Here
on
we
the
go.
human eyes. The human eyes are bad. Our eyesight's bad. Our eyes play tricks on our brain. You should not put too much emphasis on what you think you're seeing. What you're seeing is not objectively reality. It's what you are seeing, what you think you are
this
seeing.
guy's insane. This guy's insane.
This is true.
How much pot did you smoke before coming on to the podcast tonight? Oh,
I wish
my God.
this that would make this conversation even more fun.
I
do
would
me a
like.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Sure.
Close your left eye.
Okay, it's closed.
All right. Nah, I don't have I don't have something a visual. Never
okay,
mind.
all right.
You can open
Listen,
it.
somebody.
I was gonna test this out, but I need a visual too. I don't have one near me. That would.
Stop. Listen, somebody debate me on the entertainment value of college sports. Let's go. I'm willing to have my mind changed.
So you disagree with my point that you don't hate college sports because you don't watch it, and you disagree with my perception that you hate things that you don't know. Do you disagree with both?
So instead of making fun of me for being a simpleton, which is fine, that's cool.
I wasn't making fun of you.
Sure, you were, and it's okay. You know, you're my friend, and you can make fun of me.
I was giving my honest perception of that.
Instead of that, somebody come and have some actual reasons as to why I should like college sports. Don't just say
no.
They try
you don't
hard,
have to like.
Or
you don't have to like. The question wasn't why don't you like it. The question is why do you hate? Like, I don't get your hate for college sports. Like, I don't like college sports, but I don't like have this like the test for it.
So good question. I'll tell you. There's a couple of reasons for it. One, it's the way that it gets covered. Like, it gets kind of shoved in my face like it's this great entertaining product, and it's like, again, it's just not. So
I don't get
stop
that.
trying to.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the sport's fault, but it's the way that it's covered. And I think probably like the most annoying thing that has anything related to do with college sports is the draft. Like, I think that draft coverage is the stupidest thing within the sports
I agree with
media
you, but
landscape.
Isn't that like equally NFL coverage? Isn't that like almost more NFL coverage?
No, but
I agree with you.
People
the draft. The draft coverage is awful.
I think it is the single stupidest thing about sports in America is draft coverage. And then you get people who like will go, oh yeah, like people who like do.
Wait, what? Dude, wait, what do they do?
You see, dude, I'll scroll, like you'll see, like, you know, in like a month or two when it'll be mock draft season, and you'll see, like, you know,
less than a month.
You'll see like Johnny from Tom's River put together his mock draft on Twitter, and he's got like a corner from Iowa in the 5th round. He's like trying to like cross his fingers, saying, "Man, I saw this guy have a pass breakup one time against Appalachian State. He's gonna be really good." It's like, shut up, dude.
We're talking about now. We're getting to a different thing because I completely agree with you about the draft coverage, and it's because there's such a crazy large pool of players that it's not possible for anyone to really know, and also how those skills are going to translate, and their work ethic and everything is going to translate to the NFL. Right. It's very complicated, and it is absurdly over, I guess, consumed, talked about.
Dude, I should do a big board. I'm gonna do a big board.
You should.
All 32 teams, all 7 rounds. You know.
All right, let's get to the second and last subscriber question, because that was a great question that took us talking about eyesight. Okay. Anyway, at Evan_Copeland. What do you think the Knicks do at the deadline? Giannis? The question mark?
Why not?
I think I should take this one, right?
Yeah, you take it.
Okay. I think the Knicks will make a trade. I think it will probably be Yabusele for some other, hopefully for a different rotation piece, backup point guard. But even if it's just Yabusele and they get a second round pick back or something just to get rid of him, he's been a disaster for the Knicks. The only reason why he's getting minutes currently is to try to raise his trade values. They can actually move him at the deadline. At least that's my suspicion. He's been a disaster defensively. He's been less than of a disaster, but still a disaster offensively. He's added nothing to the team. When he's on the court, the team's much worse. The numbers all suggest that they're much worse on both ends. He hasn't shot the three at all this year. He doesn't do anything offensively, positively. Doesn't set screens. Doesn't set good screens. Doesn't do anything. Not a single thing productively, offensively and defensively. Somehow he makes Cat look like, I don't know. Give me a Rudy Gobert.
Oh my God.
His defense is so bad when they play him at the 5. When they play him at the 4, he can't stay in front of anyone. It's terrible. So he's going to be moved. What else? In terms of like a big move like Giannis, I know earlier we kind of were talking about how I think there's a real legitimate problem with Cat and his fit on the team, his fit with Brunson, his fit with this core. So here's the thing. If the Bucks were to trade Giannis by the deadline, here's the thing. I don't think the Knicks want to break up this core right now. I think that it's a move they'd rather do in the offseason. Like if they're going to trade Cat or trade, OG and combination of maybe Bridges. Obviously, the ideal thing would be to trade Cat in a Giannis trade. Otherwise, you're not really fixing the problem. I don't know why the Bucks would do that. If you have a third team involved, maybe that's a way to get it done. It's possible, especially if Giannis is like pushing the Bucks. I want to go to the Knicks. It can happen. I don't think the Knicks want to do that right now. I think they like the roster. I don't think they need to do it. They feel like they need to do a big shakeup to get through the East. Like you asked me before, like even with these concerns, who in the East is beating them? I think it's a reasonable question, and I think the Knicks front office probably still thinks, even with all the issues, that they are the team to beat in the East. So that being said, if he's about to be moved, I think the Knicks front office would have, like Leon Rose would have to say, we are going to put our best foot forward to get him, because even though we don't want to do that right now, if he gets traded somewhere else, that's worse for us. Right? Like you can't let him go somewhere else. So you're almost making that trade as a defense mechanism. Like we can't have him go. We can't be going against him. So we'll just do what we can to get him now. It won't be the best package. Giannis would have to direct the Bucks to, he basically had to push his way to the Knicks, which he probably has the persuasion. The way the NBA works with the agents and their power and the players' power, he could orchestrate that. I don't think the Knicks want to do that. I don't think it's realistic. I think it's more realistic in the offseason still. But again, I think if it's going to happen, then the Knicks have to get involved as a defense mechanism so he doesn't go somewhere else. Regarding the Giannis thing, let's just say like he's not getting moved, which I'm pretty confident he's not, at least by the deadline. The Knicks got to be really careful about making any trades that are going to hurt their chances of then ruin their chances or even hurt their chances of getting him in the offseason. Right? Like if you trade some picks and some pieces and you move off salary, now you can't get him, or now you have less to offer in the offseason. So I think that's why the Knicks aren't going to do anything significant, because they don't want their eye is on Giannis this offseason. It's kind of complicated. It's like you want Giannis, but you don't want to trade him for him now, but you would so someone else doesn't get him, but you don't want to trade for anyone else that makes it harder for you to get Giannis in the offseason. It's all like around Giannis and trying to win now. It's kind of complicated.
Yeah, well, that seems like just the Towns and figure out the other pieces for Giannis. Sounds like it makes sense for both teams, man.
Well, for the Bucks,
well,
why would they want to do that?
I don't know why. Well, because they're going to get a couple of pieces back, stay somewhat relevant,
You
and then
get
maybe they
would
could
you
flip. They could flip whoever, Cat or your boy OG. How would you feel if they traded OG? Oh my God, everyone would just
you
everyone would
can't you
cry
well you
so hard.
if you
Oh my God. Oh my God. No, what are they going to do without his wingspan, dude? I mean, come on. Is it worth it to give up OG's wingspan for Giannis?
for
Probably
Giannis,
not.
yes it is. For Giannis, yes
Okay.
it is.
Wow.
But that wouldn't make sense because then you're not trading Cat you're not because Cat and OG together's salary is way more than Giannis. It's more than like Giannis and then like Kuzma together. So I don't even know how they would
Are
make
you
that
are
would
you
make that work.
skeptical? Are you skeptical of how Giannis's game ages over the
Of
next couple of
course,
years? Because
of course,
I very much am, dude.
I think we've
I'm
talked about this.
very
Yeah, yeah. He loses his athleticism. He loses a couple steps. Like he doesn't have the shooting ability
yeah
to overcome that. But I
yeah
still feel like you make that move. Say this coming off season, and now this is the Knicks that they don't get it together. They clearly this core is not going to win. They make a move in the off season, bring in Giannis. It's like a 2-year window to try to win a
yeah
championship. That's the kind of move. That's why you make that move. You're understanding that this is a short term fix,
right.
and you're hoping it works. All right, that's it. Any last thoughts?
That's it.
Yeah, everyone. Link in the description for Sistad's brother Brandon, his GoFundMe. Anything you can do, please help. And other than that, everyone, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Please give us a like. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Philly pride insists that's all. Andrew Rappin and Wild Bulls. Together they talk sports and dreams. Right behind the scenes. It seems. Philly versus NY. Who the call? Who's the greatest? Who will fall with this rivalry? Loud and clear. Join the chat. It's time to cheer. Sports and culture all in one. Catch the fire, feel the fun. Andrew Sistad, glad